You're listening to the Daily Nugget, dnugget.com for October 11th, 2024. Welcome. It's Jenn, Sam, Janelle, and her daughter, Lindsay.
Yay.
Still hanging out. I love it. It's awesome. It's great to have you here. And I'm glad you're here because I feel like we need a live reaction, live studio audience, because you're about to hear a story about your mom that I don't think you've ever heard.
Okay, bring it on.
Oh, she knows about it. She just probably forgot. I guess I have to go way back into the archives for this one. It was a Sunday morning, and we're all getting ready to go to church. And I look outside, and I see one of our dogs, like, playing with something, and we've always lived in the country, rural Oklahoma, so therefore it's no telling what the dog is wrestling with at any given time because there's all kinds of awful things out there. And this particular Sunday morning, we're all dressed for church, almost on our way out the door. I go over there to see what she's looking at, and it is a dead possum. Another dead possum story.
It runs in the family.
Yes. Well, anyway, yeah.
Got a lot of possums here in Oklahoma.
You attract the Keiths attract possums.
But the worst part was when because I couldn't leave the possum in the yard for the dog to annihilate while we were in church because it would just be too gross, to have all these body parts laying strewn. So I went over there to pick it up with the shovel and the wheelbarrow. And what do I find when I flip it over is a live baby possums.
I was going to say not just one.
Not just one.
Like a million.
There was like a million of them.
It was a mama possum?
A mama possum. And it died in wrestle, I guess, in the struggle. It wasn't plain possum because it was definitely rigor mortis had already set in.
Oh.
But the babies were still like there trying to attach. And I don't know what they were doing.
Whoa.
They were like maybe just hovered for protection or something, but it was the grossest thing ever because we had all these babies.
Kind of like when you smash a spider.
Yeah,
there's babies.
Yeah, it was awful.
So you nursed all the possums back to health? Did you get a little baby bottle?
Absolutely not. I did not.
Did you kill all those baby possums?
I buried them alive. This was the best part.
Janelle! Beta.
It was the only thing I could think of to do. I didn't want them to grow up to be mother possums. I had to put an end to this life. And
Janelle, do you understand what happened?
My son dug the hole.
You are not a vegan. That is true. Oh my gosh.
Janelle the Undertaker.
I remember. I didn't know that you buried him alive.
She blocked it out. It was too traumatic.
The possum in Lindsay's story has to be a descendant of those possums.
Well,
it
maybe
and
clawed its way back out.
Yeah.
Was trying to avenge their mother's death.
And siblings.
Well, that kind of makes sense, but it was in two different locations, part of the state. So I really highly.
You don't think dogs can get lost in other states? You don't think possums can wander off to another part of Oklahoma?
Find another Keith?
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it could have been revenge. I never thought about it like that, but you might be right.
My name is Anika Montoya. Your mother killed my mother.
Well, I mean, it could have been
Nightmare series.
Could have been one of those babies that just crawled right up into bed with Lindsay and said, "Are you my mother?"
Get the shotgun.
And that's the Nugget.
Oh, man.
Whew, nuggethatemail@gmail.com.
I don't know.
Janelle the Undertaker.
Yeah.
All you could think to do, Janelle.
I didn't want to be late for church.
So she killed
So you killed a bunch of animals.
You killed him for Jesus.
justification.
Yes, for Jesus. It was for Jesus.
Janelle, I feel bad if your kids ever tried to sleep in on a Sunday morning, what you did to them.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do that. I'll tell you that.
He's like,
no, first in, last out. That's the way it goes.
I'd like to see a new music video for the song Easy Like Sunday Morning with a reenactment of that soul story.
digging the hole.
I'm going to put you in charge, Jenn.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was
wow.
Janelle.
Completely different than I expected.
I'm crying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
And this is why, Lindsay, this is why it's so great that we record them all at once, because there's some continuity there that we wouldn't have if we did it. So it's it really actually works out really well.
And your mom has
really.
some of the best stories I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
One day I'm going to put him in a book.
You could have raised those possums on Cheetos. Janelle.
No.
Put him.
Do they eat Cheetos? You know what they eat is ticks.
No.
Oh, they do. They're the ones that eat ticks. We need more of them then.
No, we
Well,
don't. No.
Some of us do.
They listen, they're up at night, and as long as you don't have holes in your floor, they're not going to be bugging you.
Or a warm spot in your bed, apparently.
I can't of all the rodents and critters in the world, I've never been annoyed at a possum.
Not yet.
Really? I have.
No.
Oh.
I had a raccoon one time get into our tent when we were camping, into our food tent.
Yeah.
And just start rooting around there all night.
Yeah.
And it was
Trash,
obnoxious.
Yeah, it was. They're the worst. They're friends with the possums.
Yeah. But the possums, no, I don't have any issues with the possums. I have no beef with the possums.
That's true. I've never seen
You've
a
never
possum
found
take a
one
trash can.
where you don't want it then.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
That's
The
true.
possums eat all the cat food. So maybe you should try that with your cat.
Put the cat food out and bring the possums in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Replace my
surprised
cat with a
Mr.
possum.
Mr. Ornery Police hasn't gotten on and said anything about an opossum
Yeah.
instead of
That's
possum.
right. Possum.
Me,
Opa.
possum, Henri, please. I'm just saying, I've never heard of
Opa.
Henri before. I've heard
Okay,
ornery.
but possum is southern too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should be
true.
saying opossum.
It is. Jen is correct on this.
So I'm supposed to say opossum? That's the southern.
Yeah.
Opossum.
Opossum is the correct
opossum would be
pronunciation.
correct.
Yeah.
That's the
But
correct
that's not what we
pronunciation.
do.
We
But
just
that's the way
short.
it's spelled.
But there's no time to say the O.
Yeah.
Right, it's Sunday morning. There's no time.
That's right.
Just bury
We
it
got our
and go.
jumpers on and we gotta go.
All right.
Kill all
That-
them babies right now.